What's up, guys? So I want to go ahead and talk about your muscle building hormones and the importance of them and the types of hormones that play a role in muscle growth. So I'm not going to talk about all of them. I'm just going to talk about the most important ones, which I believe to be testosterone and growth hormone, and how you can maximize your testosterone and growth hormone levels. So let's go ahead and first take a look at testosterone. Testosterone is the man's hormone. It's what makes men men. Without testosterone, I don't know why we would exist, because it wouldn't make sense, because females have estrogen in their body while males have testosterone. And without this testosterone, you're just not a man. And testosterone is responsible for sex drive, deep voice and guys, beard growth, muscle growth especially, strength increase. And without testosterone, you're not going to gain muscle. So the question is, how do you increase your testosterone levels? Well, there's a variety of ways. The first thing you need to do is to train heavy and hard in the gym. And do this, guys, because basically, if you're doing isolation movements, you're not going to think for yourself. If you do isolation movements in the gym versus squats versus bicep curls, which one is going to stimulate more testosterone? And I mean, obviously squats, because squats, first of all, your legs are a larger muscle group, and second of all, you're just going to stimulate more muscle fibers, and the testosterone increase will be a lot more, because it's a lot more of an intense movement. You're putting a lot more stress in your body. So compound movements like the bench press, squat, deadlift, things like that, these are definitely going to give you the raw materials you need to definitely increase your testosterone levels. So another thing to keep in mind is to have a diet high in fat. And I know a lot of you guys probably fear fat because you've all been told it causes heart disease and leads to stroke, diabetes. It's all a bunch of BS, guys. First of all, even saturated fat's not bad for you, and that was a bunch of BS too. If you don't believe me, guys, Google is your friend. But yeah, basically saturated fat's not bad for you. So always eat plenty of meat. Always eat plenty of steak. Always eat plenty of forget about lean chicken. Everybody says, oh, lean chicken because it's lean. It's low in saturated fat. Okay, first of all, guys, like I just said, saturated fat's not bad for you. And if you're trying to increase your testosterone levels, you want to consume saturated fat and dietary fat in general, because it's been proven. It's been proven that the more fat you consume and the more saturated fat you consume, the more testosterone you produce. So always consume a high-fat diet. Sausage, eggs, cheese, bacon, all these foods. If you haven't been consuming these foods, guys, go ahead and start including them in your diet, and I guarantee you're going to notice an immediate increase in sex drive, first of all. And second of all, you're probably going to see better gains in the gym because you'll have more testosterone flowing through your body. Another thing is olive oil. Olive oil is good at increasing your testosterone levels. Nuts, even though these aren't saturated fats, they're still good at increasing your testosterone levels. Alright, guys, so the next thing you can do is get enough sleep at night. And if you're not getting enough sleep at night, your catabolic hormones, such as cortisol, will take a significant rise. And cortisol is a muscle-burning and fat-storing hormone. So you don't want that hormone to be in high amounts in your body. But if you don't get enough sleep at night, that's what happens. Your cortisol levels take a significant rise. So if you want to keep your cortisol levels as low as possible, you always want to get 8 hours of sleep each and every night. And if you want to keep your testosterone levels at peak levels, you always want to get 8 hours of sleep each night as well. And another thing you need to do is keep your stress levels low. Like I said, stress and cortisol, they are very interconnected. And if you're very stressed out all the time, if you have a stressful job, stressful home life, then maybe you need to change things around a bit, because it'll definitely interfere with your gains, no doubt about it. Because like I said, cortisol is an evil hormone that will steal your muscle and make you store fat. And if you're stressed out, it will have a negative effect. So always, 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 before you freak out about anything, make sure you're, just keep cool and calm and collected, guys. You don't need to freak out about little stuff. It's not worth your gains in the gym. Probably another thing you can do to increase your testosterone levels is to have sex. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Sexual stimulation will definitely help to increase your testosterone levels because it's the male sex hormone. So the more sex you have, the more testosterone will be increased. Another thing to do to increase your testosterone levels is to go ahead and take cold showers. And it sounds crazy, but it works. And I've been taking cold showers now for about 6 months, and I love them. I mean, they're great. You feel refreshed, and the first 15 seconds are hell. I'm not gonna lie, but after those 15 seconds, the cold showers are pretty good, and it's definitely worth the testosterone increase. And I've noticed it. I really have. And I go icy cold. I go all the way. I turn that knob all the way to the right, and the left, and it's full blown. It's cold, and I love it, and you should too, because it'll definitely increase your testosterone levels and help you build more muscle. So those are 6 ways to increase your testosterone levels, and now let's go ahead and talk about human growth hormone. Human growth hormone is very important as well, and this is the hormone that is basically secreted when you sleep. And when you fall asleep at night, your body will shoot this hormone out from the pituitary gland in your brain, and it will go and help to rebuild your muscles. And one thing you need to keep in mind to keep your growth hormone levels at peak levels is before bed, you never want to consume any type of carbs. The reason for this is because when you consume carbs at any time of the day, not just before bed, human growth hormone and carbohydrates, or insulin, which is the hormone that is secreted whenever you consume carbohydrates, that hormone and human growth hormone cannot coexist together. So you always want to make sure that you're not consuming carbohydrates before bed. Another tip is to not consume carbs at post-workout. And I know you guys have all been told that you should consume carbs post-workout, but in reality, there's not much truth to this, and there's not much science backing the claim. So if you want to keep your human growth hormone levels as high as possible, you might not want to consume carbs after your workouts. You might just want to consume protein, and you might just not want to consume anything. You might want to wait an hour or two and then eat something, because the post-workout, the post-workout nonsense has been primarily used by the supplement companies and the bodybuilding magazines to promote their supplements and stuff, but there's really not a lot of science to back the claims. So you don't have to consume carbs after your workout. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Alright guys, so that's basically it. I mean, just follow these tips, and testosterone and growth hormone are definitely 2 of the most important muscle building hormones in your entire body. So you always want to maximize them, and by using the tips I just gave you, you can definitely maximize your testosterone and growth hormone levels. So thanks for watching, and if you need more muscle building tips, be sure to visit my website, howtogainmusclefast.com. See you next time.